Hey friends, I'm back with another video about personal growth and personal development because I shared recently that I have been so passionate about the things that I've been learning, and not just learning, also putting into practice the past almost 3 years now. And I want to share. I just want to share because I would love for the whole world to experience that so much inner joy, inner peace, inner calmness, and that deep inner knowing that the decisions that you're making, they come from a place of intuitive knowing, of a place of your higher self, and not from a place of fear or lack or scarcity or any of that. So in this video, I want to share a little bit about what personal growth journey may look like and where to even begin. But before I go into that, I want to absolutely make sure that I'm not wasting your time. So this video is for the people who are actually curious about personal development. But this video is not for people for whom everything is already perfect. So if everything in your life is currently working out the way you want it to work out, then don't watch this. You don't need it. It's going well. It's going perfect. Good for you. Yay. And at the other end, if you're the type of person who believes that your current reality is just what it is, you have absolutely zero influence on changing any of your circumstances, you do not believe that who you are on the inside has any effect on how you perceive the world to be and the stuff coming into your life, then also please don't watch this video. I really do not want to waste your time. But if you're the type of person who understands that, hey, maybe my feelings of feeling overwhelmed or feeling disconnected or feeling like life is a little bit hard in some areas, and I know that if I were just to connect with my deeper rooted inner self, I may be able to make better choices, better decisions, and I feel that sense of alignment and sense of joy, then this is for you. So personal development, it's this big word inside the industry of personal growth or evolvement or the inner journey or inner work. There's so many terms for the same type of work. But actually what it means is that you are going to take radical responsibility for every single thought and feeling, and therefore also action or non-action that you take in your life. You take radical responsibility for everything that has come into your life and how you perceive your world to be. And you understand that if you change how you see things, how you perceive things, how you look at things, if you change your thoughts, you can also change your emotions and you can change your reality. That's, in short, a personal development journey. And I'm going to be honest, it's messy, it's chaos. But because it challenges you to look at your beliefs, to look at your stories, to look at the stuff that you hold true. And it's about asking yourself, is it really true? It's also messy because we're going to look into the mirror and really be radically honest about how much do you really love yourself? Do you find yourself worthy of receiving love, of receiving money, of anything? Is there worthiness? It's all of those aspects, and it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to feel uncomfortable because your ego, he or she, is going to come and play out full on because your ego doesn't want you to change. Your ego loves that things are predictable. Your ego doesn't. It likes that things are steady. And it believes that every single habit that you have currently and every single thought you have on a repetitive basis is there for your best good. But it doesn't distinguish between right and wrong. That's why egos, or your brain, your habit brain, I'll go into another video in more detail, keeps smokers smoking, keeps social media addicts addicted to their phone, because they believe, your ego believes that that habit is for your own good. And now we're going to work on making choices from who you actually are born to be, who your soul is here to be, the best version of you. And they may contradict the habits that you've built so far. I bet you they will. And that's up to you to lean into that uncomfortable and see what comes up, and then feel the resistance and move through anyway. It's going to be messy, but it's also so much fun because most of your life, you live on autopilot. We live on autopilot. Most of our habits and our habitual thoughts have been taught when we were very young, when we were kids, and we never really questioned them. Because, the people who raised us, our parents, or our teachers, they gave us those thoughts. But they were people just like you and me now. They also have their own backgrounds, their own limiting beliefs, and their own bullshit that they brought into when they raised you. And that is not to blame. We're not victims here. We're taking radical responsibility. It's just what it is. But personal development invites you to take ownership of your own beliefs, to choose consciously what is best for you, what serves you. Now, where do you even start? Because it's like a big thing. It sounds maybe like, oh my gosh, this is a huge journey. Where do you start? And I want to give you my tool, my practice that I started with and that I've kept going for the past almost 3 years now. That has been the single biggest helpful thing in my whole journey. And that is a notebook and a pen. Not a computer, a notebook and a pen. And daily journaling. Not like, when you were 13-year-olds and you did Dear Diary, but almost kind of. It is not about journaling daily what you did. It's not so much about actions, but it's daily journaling about how you feel. Every single morning, I journal for about 20 to 30 minutes. And I just journal about how I feel and what I notice in myself. Things that happened the day before maybe that triggered me. And then I question, why did it trigger me? What was going on here? I journal about what I need today, what my inner child needs, what my soul needs. I journal about my intentions for the day. How do I want to feel, like on purpose? I journal about all this stuff. But in the beginning, oh my gosh, it was so weird. It was so uncomfortable. I sat there with my journal day one. Okay, what do I even write here? Because your ego, again, is not used to putting your emotions on paper. And it's scary shit. Because when you put it on paper, it feels more real. And as long as it just stay up here, sort of like you can shove it under the carpet. But I'm inviting you to put down your emotions on paper every single day. And I'm making it easy for you to get started because I am gifting you with a PDF download. There's a link down below that has a few journaling prompts to get you started. And these are prompts that you can use over and over and over every single day, especially in the beginning, to get you started into recognizing your own emotions, your own thoughts, your own stories, your own beliefs. Because that's where it all starts. It starts with becoming, self-aware. Becoming self-aware. And a lot of us think we're very self-aware. I definitely thought I was self-aware 3 years ago, but I wasn't. No, my ego was in play, very much so. And now I recognize, whenever I have thoughts of, fear or not being good enough or any of that, I know it's my ego holding me back. It's not the best version of me. It's not that inner place of calmness and joy and excitement that every single person has. So it's also not the best way to make decisions from. So self-awareness, that's where the journey starts. And my best tool has been my journal. I've been going every single day. Obviously, I miss a day sometimes. I'm not perfect. It's not the point to have a perfect streak, but try to be committed. Try to commit to really doing the investigative work inside of you because you're worth it. You are. So download the prompts down below if you're interested in taking on this new habit and taking on the journey of self-discovery, of personal growth, of evolvement, of awakening. There's so many words for it. And I would love it. I would love it if you start to journal on a daily basis and you use some of the prompts that I'm gifting you to let me know. Send me a message how you're getting on with it. Do you like it? Is anything popping up for you? Nice aha moments or insights? Just get it going. And remember, everything in the beginning will feel uncomfortable. We as adults, we're not used anymore that we have to learn something first. But remember, you didn't learn how to walk or ride a bike in one day. So if it feels uncomfortable, don't drop it. Your ego will want you to drop it. Your ego will say after day 2 or 3, this is not for me. This is useless. It's not for me. But I invite you to stay committed. Your future self, your higher self will be so thankful. So stay committed. And if your ego says, this is nothing for me, just talk to her and say, I hear you. I hear you, but I'm choosing a different habit. I'm choosing to do things differently. So I'm staying committed to journaling. Try it for at least 1 month. Give it 30 days and see how you feel. All the best. If you have any questions, send me a message, and I love you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.